Hello, everybody, and welcome to another weekend edition of the Just Enough Heshy Show. Tonight, you just have me. Estee's out sick. Beautiful Esty is out sick. She called me. She can't speak. Her throat is dead completely. Neil doesn't feel well, and I couldn't force him to come. I came and picked him up. He said, "Oh, I don't feel well. I can't come." I said, "Okay, Neil, no problem. Feel better, and I hope you get better, Neil, and Esty very, very soon." And so tonight, the only introduction is me, your Uncle Heshy. So you can call into my show at 718-303-9090, 718-303-9090. We're going to talk about a lot of different things about on the show. I would like to start as since there's nobody else to talk to me and bother me about these things. Neil, goodbye. Thank you for not bothering me on this quote. I'll make it for today's start. I'm going to give you my quote to start the show. And I don't know. I fixed this up a couple times and I sent it out in the email. So I don't know. I like this quote. I believe this quote should be a quote for the week. And we have a lot of topics to talk about, stuff like this. So here it goes. Humility is the true key to be kind and good and have success. Successful people lose their ways at times. They often embrace and overindulge from the fruits of success and forget the good that they should do. Humility halts this arrogance and self-indulging trap. Humble people share the credit and wealth, remaining focused and hungry to continue the journey of being good and kind and of giving love. That, my friends, is true success. Neil is going to scream at me, and I can tell you right now what he would have said. I don't understand you. Again, you have to not to give away from your money. It's self-indulging to spend a little bit of money. No, no, no. Nobody's saying that, Neil, even though you're not here. But I know you're listening to the show. Self-indulging is that you have the stuff, you forgot about where you came from, and you are not continuing in your ways, and we can't just all stop doing it. And that's what I believe people should be doing out there, because we're going to be talking about a couple subjects that are not kind and good and loving, and we're going to talk about the Israel situation that's going on there. Now, I have two opinions on this, and you can weigh in and call into the show today at 718-303-9090. We're live on YouTube. You can get us on Just Enough Heshy at YouTube. You can sign into YouTube and you check up all of our shows, and you can go back to the shows. You can listen to it later on. Also, you can email me or become an advertiser on justenoughheshy at gmail.com, Heshy, or you can hashtag me during the show, and I try to look at some of your questions. Some of them are no good, so I don't say them. Hashtag on Twitter, Just Enough Heshy. We're being sponsored tonight by Green Line Building Solutions. We do plans, permits, violations, and asbestos, and we're code compliance operation that we can get your building up and running. And of course, Mr. Clean delivers a wonderful, wonderful cleaning service. He picks up, he delivers. You can get him on Mr. Clean Delivers at gmail.com. You email him, you text him, he comes right away and he picks up everything. So that's we're going to start the show tonight. Of course, I do have a little story to tell you about, and I'm doing this because one of my friends who's on the WhatsApp, he got very angry when he sent me this story. I immediately dismissed the story, and I laughed at him and I said, "Oh, stop it! Why are you sending the story out? It's a true story. It's not a true story." And he says, "Oh, I knew you would say that." He says, "What do you care that the lady said this story? It made her feel well, and she survived." So I want to tell you this story that he got upset that I deleted and I made fun of. And here it goes. There was a lady called Batya Gruben. I mean, that's, I think, what it says. An Arab was following. Oh, she says the story that an Arab. Oh, I don't even know. She's the one who sent it to me, and I got it deleted. Anyways, an Arab was following a Hasidic lady in Jerusalem for about 20 minutes, after which he disappeared. The woman immediately called in his description to the police. They were able to make an arrest and brought him in for investigation, during which he revealed that he was planning to stab her, but couldn't get close to her since she had two big bully bodyguards next to her, one on the right side and one on the left of her. After realizing these bullies weren't leaving her side, he said he just gave up, and the police went back to the woman to confirm what was she alone. She said she was alone, and like she told him, she confirmed that she was alone, but said that the whole time that the Arab was following her, she kept repeating some prayer, and boom, somehow she was protected by God. First of all, everybody in Israel should say this prayer. But my question to you is again today. I read that yesterday there was another Arab guy that he went and he shot a few of the shot an Israeli soldier with a gun, and he stabbed 10 people on the phone. So what I want to ask you is that again, how is this happening in Israel? Why is this happening in Israel? Should it be happening in Israel? Maybe I'm not saying this, and I know you guys are going to get angry at me. Are the Israeli government instigating it? Something is going on that these people are freaking out. People are calling in and telling me, "Well, it's just they want our land or they want us dead." You know, is that really the truth? I mean, you keep saying that over and over again, and something nobody's listening to their side. I mean, I didn't really, I did hear they wanted all of Israel to die and blow up and be killed, but they're not saying a reason why. Just because we're Jews should be gone. I know Iran did say that. I read that in the papers. But do the Arab young men and women over there believe such a thing? I was watching. Somebody sent me on Twitter not Twitter, on WhatsApp, a little video. And in the video, a reporter goes over to a young kid, maybe 11, 12 years old, and says to him, do you throw rocks are you happy when they throw rocks at the Israelis? And he said, yes. He says, why? Because we want them to get killed, or I'm happy that I celebrate when we throw rocks or they get killed. And he says, do you know that I'm a Jew? And you're talking to me. I'm a reporter. I'm a Jew. And the kid said, really, really? And he ran away. Why are we teaching these children to do this? Again, something is wrong here. Why are they teaching these these little children to throw rocks? There must be some kind of a hatred. Now, you're all again going to tell me the hatred is because they're Jews. Is that really the reason? Is that really the reason? Something is going on? You're right that the Jews did build up the land. They did win it in a war. They're entitled to the land. Again, they left. They didn't want to be with us. They were misguided. But there's a lot of Arabs living in Israel. A lot of good Arabs living in Israel. I mean, I was talking to my friend the other day, and he came up, and I was arguing with him. I says, "What are you going to do? How are you going to stop it?" So he actually came up with an answer. And he tells me, he says, every time they attack from the Gaza or somewhere in the West Bank, the Israelis move in 1 mile, push them back. That's it. Every time somebody gets hurt or more rockets, again, you squeeze them out another mile, a quarter of a mile, till they stop to learn that they can have the land. We gave them the land to be good, and now you're not good, so we're going to start taking it away as punishment. Is that allowed? Can we do such a thing like that? I mean, is it an act of war? Or are we at war? Or is it just some kind of what do they call a skirmish, which doesn't really count as war to be punishment? I don't know. The Israeli situation to me now. De Blasio went there. He wasn't scared to go there. He spoke to everybody over there. Of course, we feel the pain and the shootings and the stabbings, but again, nobody's stopping it, and Mr. Netanyahu is going to start getting angry, and we're going to do something very bad. He hasn't done anything really bad yet, but again, we keep saying it. Nobody's doing anything about it. Are we accepting it? Do we accept it? I mean, most Americans seem like they're not angry about it at all. I mean, yeah, they go to a rally, but what are you doing about it? What are you accepting about it? Where you going? Where you going with this? You know, look at your Iran rally in the city. Where did we get with it? There was another rally yesterday. What are we getting done? What are we accomplishing? Dov Hiking got arrested at it. I mean, big news came out of it. What are we doing about this? uh, Nothing is getting accomplished. So nobody's listening to us. We need a new set of politicians. They get up, they scream a little bit, they say something, and they're gone. Nothing is getting done. I don't know. We keep spending money on stupid items. We keep, and I'm going to rant a little bit now, and I'm going to go on to different subjects about this. Um, why aren't we not spending the money, and the politicians not spending the money properly? I don't know how to spend it. I'm not the budget man, you know. They were saying that we give enough money to Israel, and some people saying that we support Israel enough, and that Israel is but we're punishing Israel. I mean, we're threatening Israel all the time. Are we getting anything accomplished over there? I don't know. I just know one thing, that this has to stop. And somebody has to find, yes, somebody has to be at fault. Somebody has to be blamed for this. Now, you're all going to tell me, no, 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 we have the answer. We know who to blame. Okay, give me a name. Give me a number. Let's call them up and let's do something about it. But everybody's just screaming and hollering and nobody's doing anything about it. And it looks like it's not big enough news. I mean, we do have more, again, like I always say, murders and shootings and killings right here forget New York City, in the United States as well. We have a bunch load going on there, which Israel shouldn't have any. It's the Holy Land. Um, do the Christian brothers and sisters that they all believe, oh, we're brothers and sisters with the Jews? How are they helping out? I mean, are they really supporting Israel? How come this? You know, you hear a couple of them, one or two or three, scream about it, but you don't hear nothing coming from the big church or the Vatican, they come by and say peace. Do they believe that this is wrong? What side are they picking on? Are they agreeing with the Arabs that the Jews should be killed, or they're just being quiet and seeing how it comes out? I don't know. Again, my opinion is that I'm sure they're thinking of the right thing and doing the right thing, but the Israeli situation is just is way out of proportion, and nobody seems to understand how to do it. And you know, of course, I make jokes on how to make up how to how to solve the problem. But everybody's telling me that the Arabs are wrong 100%, and nobody wants to sit down with them. So this continues to happen again. Yesterday, another stabbing. Where is it? I had it in front of me. Another stabbing with 10 people killed. 10. I mean, 10 people. I'm sorry, one shooting and 10 stabbings. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Really, this guy is just crazy. Got it. Another guy is crazy by the gay parade over there. I got it. But these are people going wild, just stabbing and shooting and killing. Not everybody's crazy in the Arab world. Not everybody doesn't understand what it is to make peace. So why are they shipping one after the next after next? All of them are terrorists. All of them are bad. You know, Trump said. Trump said that if he was president, he would have stopped 9/11. He would have made sure they would have never got in here. Mr. Trump, right now we're having a problem in Israel. Since you're so smart, can you solve that solution for us over there? I don't know. Mr. Trump, I do like you, but I don't think I don't know, you're ahead in the polls, 36% and 22% for Carson. Everybody's saying you're not going to hold. I don't believe you're going to hold. Once November, December, January comes in and the money starts pouring in from all the other sides, and you're going to have to start whipping out $100 million of your own money. I don't know if you're going to stand by. But so far, you're a good gimmick. You have a lot to say. I have a lot to say, and still things are not getting done. This is not good. This is very, very bad. And, you know, I'm going to go one after the next. I'm going to go after de Blasio. De Blasio is a very good man. He went to Israel. He stood there. He put on a yarmulke. He prayed with them. He supports these very good organizations that raise their own money. He backs them, and then he has this lady on his staff, or not on his staff, that they give money to, and she's a prominent Arab American activist, and she's very close ties with the de Blasio administration. And she started on Twitter a war with a Jewish legislator when she posted a photo of a young Palestinian boy clutching a rock in front of Israeli soldiers and labeled it, listen to this, the definition of courage. Somebody forget that he's throwing it at Israeli soldiers, throwing it at anybody, labeled it a definition of courage. Come on, man. And come on, and this is the people that we support. These are the people we gave. What was she? She got so far from New York City, like $164,000 in city counciling funding. Who gave the city council funding permission to do this? You know, these councilmen, these assemblymen, or whatever it is, they give out money. They're entitled to give out money. What do you mean giving out money? You're just throwing money away. You're not spending it correctly. I don't know, and we're having problems with paying our own bills. You're taxing us like crazy. You're violating us like crazy. You seem to have so much of everything else, and you're giving away money to. And we have people who are homeless, people who can't afford to pay rents, people who can't eat. I see the special Meals on Wheels programs. You are wonderful, all of you. There's a whole bunch of them. Wonderful organizations, one after the next, delivering to the elderly, taking orders, making sure it's there all the time, preheated good meals. These are not bad meals. These are very, very good A meals, I would say. They are an A. Of course, they're microwavable, and I think they're even better than a plane, but they're very good, healthy, nutritious meals. And this is what we've sunk our hands to go to soup kitchens. Today I passed a homeless shelter where I saw homeless people on Vanderbilt Street over there, and it was just like a whole line of people. Terrible. And again, where's our money going? Where's our money going? Do you know that we have 58,000? What is it, producer? 58,000 people in shelters today? 58,000 people in shelters, and 24,000 of them are kids. Then they say, de Blasio says there's only 3 or 4 thousand homeless people on the street. Another organization says that there's 12,000 people living homeless on the street. Can you imagine living on the street one night? Now you're living on the street, what, a whole winter? Crazy. Summer, okay, you're able to make it, sit in a park, lay on a bench, get on a train, but this is bad. This is what our city's coming to, and this is what our politicians do. And I'm going down the list. It's many different things. You all holler and scream, but none of the politicians are doing anything about it. People homeless on the street, people not, it's not only the homelessness or the shelters. If they have nowhere to sleep or nowhere to eat, most likely they have nowhere to eat. They're not getting food, or they're begging, or they're going to soup kitchens, and not all of it can make it on time, and some of them are not well. I don't know. We have to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better in Israel. We have to sit down with the Palestinian movements and fix it. I'm sure they're reasonable. I'm sure, I know that you people say it's not true, that I'm in fantasy land. I'm not in fantasy land. This is not reasonable. Do you believe in God, or don't you believe in God? I believe that you people who supposedly say you believe in God should be making the peace. Hey, we're God-fearing people. We have the Christian priests. We have the Jewish, religious, Orthodox, conservative rabbis. You have a different kind of national, even the Christian, Catholic faiths. You have different sects over there. You have in the Muslim, I'm sure, I don't really know much about the Muslim religion, but I'm sure that there are more modern and conservative people that we can sit down, we can talk to, that can force them, that handle the money. They have to be the big boys. Okay, they have to be the big boys. And why aren't we doing this? And you're telling me we are, and they're not listening. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So that's my top. That's my thought on the Israeli-Arab conflict, as well as, yes, what does it pertain to New York City? With our politicians don't care, and the higher ups. Again, somebody sent me something from President Obama to upset me. They sent me a picture of Obama with his half brother wearing a Muslim scarf. Right, right. What does that mean? What does that mean? Obama's a Muslim, and he's defending the Muslim people, and he's doing a very bad job, and he's not helping Israel, and he's not worried about the Jewish people in this country. Come on, man. Really, really, you're going after Obama? He did a great job. He did. I mean, sorry, he did the best job that he could, which was pretty great, and with the circumstances that he was given. Do you believe Hillary could have done better? I don't know. I don't know. Hillary was part of the administration. She was Secretary of State, and seems like nobody was happy with her now. She had these emails. She had the emails. Is Obama endorsing her? No. Why? Because he thinks maybe Joe Biden might come into the race. Why? Hillary's owed this shot. She was Secretary of State. Biden was a good vice president for you. By the way, if Biden comes into the race today, they say he's in third place, 16% compared to Hillary's 45% or even 30 something percent. And Bernie Sanders, I don't know. I don't know. He's giving a good run for his money. He has a lot to say. And then we didn't know last week the names of the other presidential contenders, and now I found the names of them. One is Martin O'Malley. He was He was, I don't know, he's the governor of Baltimore, correct? He's the Baltimore of Maryland. So I don't know. Is you saw what went on over there? Does he know what he's doing? And then you have Lincoln Chaffee. I think he's a mayor somewhere, or is he a mayor? I don't know. I don't know what he is. And then you have Jim Webb. Um, who- uh, Again, these are guys that we don't know who they are. They're running for president. They were nowhere to be seen before, and now they're coming out of the blue. Clinton was always there. Hillary, I think, deserves the shot at it. Hillary against Trump, it's got to be Hillary. Hillary against Carson, hands down Hillary. Hillary against Carly, and I don't think Carly has a shot to win the primary. But again, Hillary against Carly, that would be a cool fight. I think she has a mouth, Carly. But again, Hillary has two senatorships under her belt, or one at least. She has one full term. She has Secretary of State. She was on the Health Care Committee when, under her president. She was First Lady. Um, she ran for presidency. She knows foreign policy. She's been in the White House, so she knows everything what a previous president does. The lady's a pro. She's also was she part of the Clinton Foundation? I don't even know if she was, or maybe she wasn't allowed to be, but things were going on over there. Hillary is the person who's most experienced for this job. Yes, Mr. Biden is vice president, and he does know what's going on more, and he's still in office today. Is he more qualified? I don't know. I don't know. It's a close call, but he's not running yet. So if it's Hillary against anybody else, and if you want to go on the other side against Bush, Bush is right now in the bottom of the place. Bush doesn't really show much of a chance, but money's going to hit him big time. When January, February comes around, he's going to be more on the scene. And once they start doing advertisements in the summer and late, right before election time, you're going to see Bush push his numbers up. And if anything, Carson's will drop down, because I don't believe Carson could raise the money, even though with what the publicity he's getting now, he should be raising. Now is the time for him to raise. And who else? I think there was another guy. Yeah, there was another guy in the Democratic Party who raised quite a bit of money, and still, I think he has 1% of the vote. So, what's your opinion on this? 718-303-9090, and tell me what's going on. So, since we're making fun of these politicians, everybody, I want to tell you a joke. I believe that I have a funny joke today. I was reading a very, very funny joke, and why does it come up in the middle of the thing? Because I want to lighten the show a little bit. And this is the thing that I want to show you what different people are. An old preacher, like a pastor, was dying, and he sent a message for the IRS agent and his lawyer. Both who are church members, to come to his house. They were part of his church, and when they came to the house, they were quickly brought into his bedroom, and they entered the room, and the preacher held out his hands and motioned to them to sit down in front of his bed. Okay. So the IRS man and the lawyer sit down, and the preacher just holds his hands together, and he just looks at the ceiling and smiles. And from time to time, no one said anything, but the IRS agent and the lawyer were very touched. They were very flattered that the old preacher who had asked them to be with him during his dying final moments. And they were also puzzled because the preacher had never even liked them, had never even given them any indication that he even motioned to them. They even, paid attention to them. Finally, the lawyer gets up and he says, "Preacher, why did you ask the two of us to come?" And the old preacher mustered up the strength and says, "Jesus died between two thieves, and that's how I want to go out too." You're calling a lawyer an IRS man a thief. I thought that was a funny joke, and it could have been used any which way you wanted. So that was very good. Anyways, if you have anything funny to say, because tomorrow night we have a comedian on the show, and Miss Miles is supposed to be very funny, very intellectual, very intelligent, and I think we're gonna have a fun time tomorrow night. Anyways, my beautiful Esty, who's sick in bed, is calling into the show, and let's talk with Esty. Esty, how are you feeling, sweetheart?
I'm okay. I just sound a little funny. It's still me. I don't know if my voice is like, who's that person on the phone? If it's still me, I just sound funnier.
No, no, no.
Uh,
You sound like you have a little bit of a cold, and it's not good. You know why? Because you run outside without a coat. You run inside. You run outside. You run inside. You're not taking care of yourself. It's summer's over, sweetheart. Coats,
but
sweaters.
it caught me by surprise. I didn't realize. I thought I had time.
No, no, baby. I kept warning you already that it's here cold. You didn't you see me wearing my coat already for 2 weeks?
Actually, it wasn't even me. My whole family got sick. I was the last to get sick, so maybe I'm the healthiest. Or I still spend time with them.
What are you doing to get better on this cold?
I don't know. I'm just trying to not die. No, I took vitamin C. I took NyQuil. I don't know.
What about hot tea and hot soup, like the old ways to fix things?
Ooh, soup. That is a good idea. I've
Chicken
only
soup.
done
And
soup.
do you know that you have a sushi store near you? I think they sell sushi and that special misali soup and stuff like that.
Ah, come on, Michelin soup. I never tried it, but it just sounds so weird. I don't know if I can get myself to do it.
But it's a hot soup. Anything super hot is good for you to get your throat better and to get you back here.
That's true.
But
So yeah, what's up?
I hope you rest up and then get better. And I miss you on the show. There was nobody to introduce me today. I was very lonely.
I know. I so badly wanted to be there, but I was like, people aren't going to recognize me, and I'm going to look all. People are going to be like, "Oh, that's sitting in Esther's chair," and I'll be like, "I wasn't on purpose."
No, ST, you always look good in that chair. I make fun of you, but you always look good in that chair. Everybody loves you in that chair.
Not this sick. They wouldn't recognize me.
By the way,
Um,
did you listen to my joke I just said on the air before?
I tried, but YouTube is, I think, like a little bit off. Like,
Oh.
like it takes a minute to. No, no, no. It just takes a minute to see it. So I called right in between. Whatever.
No problem. No, but well, I thought it was a funny joke, so that's good enough for me, right?
Yes. What you think is what's important? Oh,
But Esther, I want you to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow we have that lady girl comedian. You got to be here to see her. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of fun with her. You like when they come on the show, the ladies.
if I'm not like dying and sneezing and like making everybody around me sick, then no problem.
How is your not smoking?
Oh right, I haven't smoked, and I guess it's good because the smoke on a cold is really bad. Now I don't have to smoke.
How long are you out already? 10 days not smoking?
Yeah, since Sukkot. What is that? In 10 days.
Oh, maybe more. 2 weeks, if not more, right? Let's see, the whole last week and then half a week before. Easy 10 days, maybe almost 2 weeks already.
Yeah, I have ironclad self-control.
I want to see you hold out on this one. This would be cool. This would be good. Use the BL premium electric cigarettes.
Oh, I really actually want to get that. I've been using hookah as a substitute, but you can't really take it with you.
No,
but yeah,
no,
that's
no.
a good idea.
Yeah, so we're gonna get Mikey to deliver you a whole pack of BL premium electric cigarettes.
Cool. Oh wait, what about Halloween? Have you spoken about it yet?
No, I didn't speak about it. But Halloween's not when is Halloween? Is that this week or next week?
It's the 31st, so probably not this week.
So
but I'm gonna dress up like a policeman with my friends.
No way. No way.
You're
gonna go looking for You're gonna go. Where you gonna go searching for candy? Probably in a different neighborhood.
Oh no! They have a Jewish party. It's called Halloween.
No way! Stop it! Stop it!
I promise you, it's in the city. It's called Halloween. I'm going as a policeman, and I'm thinking, how could I not smoke when I'm a policeman? It's like disobeying the law, like double. I'm thinking I gotta do it, but I don't know if I will. It's still debatable. But I'm going to really scare people by coming up to them and be like, "Excuse me, what are you doing, sir?" Until they recognize that I'm not a real cop, then 1 second will really be a scary Halloween for them.
But now, anybody can come to this party?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly where it is, but it's on Facebook. Halloween.
And does it cost money?
Probably. It's like it might be a single thing. I mean, not that there aren't married people there, but that's who usually goes.
And is it a big party, small party? What's going on? I mean, how many people do you think will be there?
A couple hundred. It's in the city. It's like a legit place. It's huge.
A couple of hundred people coming in for. It's going to be on Halloween. But isn't Halloween not isn't Halloween a bad holiday like for witches and goblins and killing people and skeletons?
But not anymore. It's become an American holiday. I mean, the original Halloween was horrible. It was like they burned people and it was horrible. But today's day, it's not. It's not Wiccan. It's just American.
How come none of the boys and girls in my neighborhood dress up for Halloween and go trick-or-treating? I think that would be a cool thing, no?
I would love to go trick-or-treating. I just don't know where. Plus, it's on Friday this year, so But I can go to Neil because apparently by him there's trick or treaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said
Right,
you should
right,
buy
right over
candy.
there, right over there, all up and down that avenue. Correct, right? They give out candy, very, very nice.
I would totally go get candy
But
from
I
him.
don't think they give. I think you have to be like under 12 or 15, or they give everybody.
I'll take my little sister. Either way, Neil would give me candy at any time.
Your parents are gonna let you take your sister.
And they won't know. No, I'm kidding. This year we can't. This year we can't do it because it's on a Friday.
Oh, it's on
But
a
next year,
Ah, it's on a Friday. So how are you having the Halloween party?
that's going to be on Saturday night.
So it's after Halloween.
Yeah, technically, but all the parties are Saturday night.
And what are you
Hey,
dressing up as?
no, policeman. I told you, policewoman.
A policewoman. And policewoman. Why don't, that's crazy. That's not funny. That's not cool.
It's not. It's supposed to be scary, actually. That's
But
what
you,
Halloween's
I
about.
saw you in a Batgirl outfit, a Batman outfit, right?
That was not me.
Anyways, why don't you wear a Supergirl? That's the new thing, the Supergirl outfit.
Yeah, I guess I couldn't find a good costume, and my best friend doesn't want to dress up like superheroes. Oh, actually, I tried on a Harley Quinn, but they don't make costumes tall friendly. It's for short people. I'm telling you, I got to start a nonprofit for tall people.
The nonprofit is the best profit, Esty. Oh, I
Yeah,
miss you over here. I
that's
miss you over here.
that's
Esty,
what I
a
want to do.
question too while I have you on the phone. You're a smart girl, and you know I'm telling everybody that, and I want to hear your opinion on the Israeli Arab crisis. Okay, you do you blame anybody?
If I blame anybody, I mean the people who are doing it are obviously corrupted. They just don't know better.
Which
And
people? Which people? The Israelis or the Arabs?
the Arabs, the Israelis, they're only trying to protect themselves.
So
They don't like go out of their
The
way.
Israelis are innocent 100%. They did nothing wrong.
Oh, I'm not saying that. It's impossible. When you're fighting an enemy with no boundaries, no rules, it's not, I don't even know if you can fight fair because you're technically killing yourself. But, it's like when you're the good guy, you have to be the one to be extra careful, but you end up losing because they're fighting with, I don't care who guys, and you're fighting with, okay, I can't kill people. It's way more difficult to be the good guys. And if they're sometimes wrong, I don't think anybody could be doing
But
it
is
better.
Israel starting the fight? Are they, what's the word, instigating the Arab people? Are they mistreating them that they're fighting back? I mean, come on, Esty.
No,
People just don't start a fight for no reason.
no, apparently there was a rumor. This is what I read somewhere that there
The
was a
Temple
rumor.
Mount, we know that wasn't true.
Right,
That's a fake rumor.
right,
Okay.
but that's what started it. So maybe someone did it on purpose. The fact is, it's not the Israelis'
The
fault.
Arabs
I
are
mean,
not. The Arab people are not stupid. They know that that can never happen. It's not possible to ever happen, and they know the Israeli government promised never to let it happen. So what would change their mind? It's like you're telling me, oh, there's going to be no more trains in the city of New York. You know, it's never going to happen. You know, the city's never going to shut down for trains. You know,
but they're not the smart, educated people. These are the teenagers who are bored with their lives.
what are
Someone
you
tells
talking
you,
about? These
oh,
people,
hey, there's a purpose.
these people go to the Temple Mount and pray. They have big imams there. They have leaders, like we have leaders. I don't understand.
And they're easily brainwashed. As a child, you're way easily brainwashed. When
I
you're an
got you.
adult, you start thinking.
One is brainwashed. Two is brainwashed. 12 is brainwashed. 9 million people are brainwashed. 100 million people are brainwashed. Come on, I got
First
you.
off, it's only 10% that's fanatical. The rest isn't.
So how come the rest of the people are not stopping them? How come they're cheering and laughing and making fun?
They're not cheering and laughing and making fun. They're
That's what
just,
everybody says. Everybody says all the Arabs are cheering and laughing and making fun and happy. What's going on?
um, first off, anybody can be corrupted. I mean, not corrupted, brainwashed, right? I mean, in our community, we're all brainwashed. Oh, you're supposed to marry someone who sits and learns all day. That's a complete brainwash. It's not even correct. There's lots of things we get brainwashed, and everybody follows, not asking twice. So we're not much different than them. We just happen to not be taught to kill people. If we were brainwashed, what do you mean? We're brainwashed as kids that all non-Jewish people hate us and want to kill us.
Right. That's wrong,
So
isn't that?
that is wrong, but we're the
Esther,
same brainwash
I
as the
want you. I
Arabs.
want you to stay on the phone for a second. I want you to listen to this caller. Somebody's calling in, and we're going to connect in line number 5 to the call. ST I'm not sure. I think it's hello. You're on the air with Heshy, with Uncle Heshy, and Esty who's home in bed, still working the show. I love you, Esty.
Hi,
Hi. Who am I speaking to?
Amy.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
Okay, the Israelis are the victims, as always, with the Palestinians and Hamas. Because they always start a fight, the Palestinians and Hamas. They always start conflicts and wars. Um, It's the
Why?
Palestinians
Why?
100%
Why?
blame
Why?
as
Why?
usual.
Amy? Why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Palestinians always
I got you, but why? Why do we have a reason why? By the way,
incite, but they don't want any Jews living near them. They don't want a tiny Jewish state in their midst of a caliphate, Arab caliphate. This incitement's going on for decades. You saw it,
I've seen it.
I'm in Israel every 2 months, so I know
Okay.
what I'm talking about. The Palestinians and Hamas in their media, their textbooks, how to kill Jews. They're taught in their mosques, in their in their schools, how to be a martyr from day one when they're 3 and 4, 5 years old. It's always the Palestinians' fault. I'm sick of this. Obama is an anti-Semite with Hillary Clinton and John Kerry. They hate Israel.
Wow.
They always blame Israel for just trying to breathe and live.
So who are you planning on voting for in the next election?
Any Republican. Any Republican, because all Republicans are pro-Israel. All Democrats, they love the Iran deal, and that's Hillary Clinton's deal. Iran is her baby. So she is never vote for Democrats because they voted for the Iran deal. The progressive Democrats, which is the entire party, the leftists, they hate Israel, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Jerry Nadler. They're afraid of Obama because he's black. They don't want to be called racist to go against him. So I'm never voting
Nadler's
Democrat
Jewish.
again.
Amy, Nadler's Jewish.
What?
Nadler's Jewish.
I know he's a self-hating Jew. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Of course, they hate Israel, and we hate him. And he's not going to be reelected.
How about Schumer?
Democrats.
How about Schumer? What's your opinion on him?
Well, the self-hating Jews that voted with Obama and the Iran deal. The self-hating Jews, I'm saying.
Right.
Like Wasserman Schultz and Jerry Nadler.
Right. But I thought that Schumer was going to vote for it, and then he switched his mind the last
That's
second.
the only one. Him and Menendez. The only two Democrats that voted against. Menendez, New Jersey, and Schumer, of course, New York. But the Democrats are anti-Israel. The entire party has evolved to that because of Hillary Clinton and Obama, two anti-Semites. And to this moral equivalency about Israel. See, what they really say, honey, Israel does not have the right to defend itself. That's what they're really saying when they attack Israel for just breathing. They're really saying Israel does not have, they have to have a second Holocaust. That's what Iran's going to do. Thanks to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Hillary Clinton, the Iran deal is her baby.
But Hillary,
Obama,
Hillary seems to like Israel. I've seen her on a couple of television
she's
shows.
A phony. She'll say anything. She'll say anything to get elected. The Oslo Agreement under her and Bill Clinton.
Right, but Amy, look how much money Israel has gotten from the Barack Obama's administration. Look how much money they got from the.
So
big deal. What are they doing with it?
So what? Every well, they're going to see. If they didn't, they'd see genocide and a second Holocaust. So what? The Democrats.
You don't see them giving money to Sudan. You don't see them giving money to.
The Iran deal proved that the Democrat Party hates Israel and they're anti-Israel. That's why we Democrats and the momentum is building. We're voting for Republicans for the first time next year, November, for president.
They're saying Hillary has a commanding lead over if it was her against Trump, her against Carson, she'd crush. And Bush,
not anymore.
I don't know.
Not anymore. People hate Hillary because they think she's a liar and untrustworthy. She's a liar. She lied about Benghazi. She's got a private.
What did she lie about Benghazi? There was nothing she could do about it.
This email server is an FBI investigation. She should not even be running for president. She's got an FBI criminal investigation after her. It'll take a few more months. Criminal by the FBI.
Can I ask you a question about that, which I don't understand, and you seem to understand about it? What was wrong? The emails were sent to her. They're her emails.
They were classified. They're
her emails, and she's not okay. So she didn't tell anybody about it. She deleted them afterwards.
Oh please, no, they're finding them. The FBI has found them all, and they were all most classified. The FBI,
but she didn't give out that information. She didn't use classified information against anybody.
Everything is classified with the Secretary of State.
Okay.
She's not a congresswoman.
I got you. So what did she do wrong? That what she put
having her Espionage Act. 1928. She illegally had a private server.
To do what with the emails? To do what? To use it as
private server
to use it against? But Amy, to use it against as a hostage against America? No.
Well, if she's a liar, and forget it. We don't want her back. Israel cannot take 8 years of another anti-Semite. 8 years in the White House. Not to mention Bill Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, all that money, the bribery. Not to mention Bill Clinton still has all those girlfriends. Or one girlfriend, and it would be a national security risk to put them back in the White House with his girlfriend.
What girlfriend? I didn't read about a new girlfriend. I thought he was behaving himself now.
Are you kidding? It'll be even worse for 8 years, 4 years, 8 years. Are you kidding?
You believe he's still cheating on his wife? He made a mistake and it's over with. Come on, everybody makes a mistake. ST, does everybody make a mistake?
With Clinton, he raped 12 women.
They're probably just married for show. They probably hate each other.
12 women we know of. Only 12. He makes a mistake. Now he's with Jeffrey Epstein, the pedophile. Jeffrey Epstein, Florida. The pedophile. You know about this, don't you? With Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
And he's down in Florida every other weekend of Bill Clinton.
Well, but that was many years ago.
It's recent. He was just there last month. He was just there last month.
No, with the pedophile, with this guy Epstein. That was years ago.
No, it's not. He's still with him. Why do you love Hillary Clinton so much? You must hate Israel.
I don't.
He doesn't love Hillary Clinton. He's just playing devil's advocate, trying to see what it is.
No, you're making a mistake. Again, you don't understand. I forget that playing devil's advocate, Esther, but you're wrong. I've always supported Hillary. She is experienced.
She's a woman. Just for that, you shouldn't be supporting her.
No, but because
Hillary.
like Amy says, everybody on the Republican side, they're all nuts. Carson's, Trump, Bush. I don't want to see another Bush over there.
Won't be Bush. But Carson, they're not nuts. Are you kidding me? They're fabulous, all of them, and they're brilliant. Hillary Clinton's finished.
Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State.
And she loused it up. I mean, you got to follow the, listen to Mark Levin radio show or UU on 970 AM. They just had a whole thing. UU at another radio talk show. He's on 970 AM, The Answer, further up the dial. They just went with Andrew McCarthy, the lawyer, the prosecutor that put the blind shake away. They went through the whole thing for the last 40 minutes about the Espionage Act. She could be indicted. It's a big deal, and it is not. People think it is not, that it's her private email. No, it's not. It's the government emails, and the FBI has a criminal investigation.
Well, I still believe that they're wasting their money on it. Hillary Clinton.
No, they're not.
She did.
No, they're going to jail.
You don't believe that she did a good job as Secretary of State, traveling all over the world?
National security. Her emails were hacked. Are you kidding? You must. If
I remember correctly, Obama, they tried to tie into his BlackBerry when he first became president. Remember that one?
No.
Well, I thought I remember.
You're not listening to the news. You must hate Israel.
I don't. I love Israel. I love Israel more than any. I love it.
That's suicide for Israel.
I love Israel.
I do think it's suicide for Israel, Hillary Clinton.
Donald Trump, they're all crazy. What are you talking about?
Hillary doesn't actually care. We want someone who cares.
The FBI, not Republicans. It's Obama's FBI. Obama wants Joe Biden, and everybody knows that. He might get in.
Well, Joe Biden is running. Even they say today, if Joe Biden joined the race, he'd be behind Hillary in third place.
Wouldn't.
Wow.
This is the. You're not understanding.
You. I mean.
FBI.
Okay.
FBI.
I hear it. I hear what you're saying, Amy.
Hillary Clinton. You're not understanding. The FBI is investigating Hillary Clinton. This is serious. Espionage Act. USC.
I got you. Amy.
At least the FBI is useless.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, you don't think the FBI is wasting its time?
Nope.
No. Yes, Hillary. If we can catch her, go for it, okay? I'm sorry. She reminds me of, I don't want to say, but like one of my grandmothers. She was kind of scary to me. That's what Hillary reminds me of. It's like very, this is the way it's always been. This is the way it should be. Conservative, I think is the word. Like no room for any sort of opinion except her own.
So I have a question for both of you. If Hillary wins the nomination, She wins. Do you believe that she even has a chance to win the nomination?
She's not going to win. I haven't found a person who likes her. The women don't like her. The men don't
So,
like her.
Amy, you believe that
Nobody likes her.
you believe that Hillary has no chance to win the Democratic
Right.
nomination?
No, if Joe Biden comes in, he will
Forget
win.
Joe Biden right now against this guy Sanders and those other
Sanders is the most likely.
O'Reilly, those other four
Remember,
candidates.
you're not remembering one thing. It's Obama's FBI investigating Hillary, not a right wing, not the Republicans. It's
Why is
Obama's
that?
FBI.
But you
Why
know,
did you want to get Hillary?
one minute, you know that her own rival Bernie Sanders at the Democratic debate laughed at it. He says, "Hey, leave this alone already. You guys don't know what you're talking about. She didn't do really anything wrong."
So what? He said that. We're not forgetting. No, you can't put her in the White House with this background. Are you kidding? Espionage Act. Here it is. It's USC 270. 1924.
Okay.
That's that you had just mentioned it. Well, I said 15 minutes ago, and he's a constitutional lawyer, and so is Mark.
Right,
Levin.
and Rudy Giuliani says that he knows of 13 different.
Right. I forgot.
Right, Giuliani
Correct.
said he had 13 different reasons to indict her, or on 13 different.
Right.
Come on, man,
That's
stop
right.
it. Anybody, you know what they do? Anybody today could be indicted or arrested on stupidity.
He was the secretary.
I
of
got
State.
you. So
What's wrong with you? He was the secretary of
and
State
she's a
for
very
4
busy.
years.
She's a very busy
No,
woman.
she thinks she's untouchable. She thinks nobody can get me.
She was busy from morning
Take
to
her down to
night.
high horse.
1 minute, she was busy morning to night. She got thousands and thousands of emails daily. She got hundreds and hundreds of phone calls daily.
Yeah,
The woman was moving 18, 20 hours a day. And
Right.
you're telling, wow.
Bribery for the Clinton Foundation is tied into this too.
I don't know.
But that's separate.
And Hillary
So
was
again,
in Israel a
you
couple
know,
times.
listen to me. Listen, if Jeb Bush or any Republican running ever had the FBI investigating them criminally, the liberal media and Democrats would be saying, Jeb Bush, get out of the race. You can't be running. The FBI's after you. That's what would be going on. The liberal media is giving Hillary a pass.
You know,
for now,
Amy, you
for
know
now.
that
So-
you know the FBI is investigating all the candidates anyways. You know that. They
Yeah,
always
her-
do that.
The Secretary of
Wait,
State.
she's a liberal?
What?
Hillary Clinton's a liberal.
I believe, yeah, of course, Hillary's a liberal. She's a cool woman.
She's a progressive
What?
radical. She's an extremist.
See,
leftist.
she's going too far over now, Amy. You're wrong. Do you know that Hillary was once, when she was on the healthcare program, she fought that drug companies shouldn't raise their rates, crazy prices, and wanted to put like a government
Remember, she's a communist also.
a communist. So you can't
That's
win.
what it
The
is,
woman
communist.
is bribery, and she's controlling, and you never win
Yes.
with you.
She's a communist. She's scary. I wouldn't want her as a mother.
Amy, you're a good call, Amy. I like you, Amy. You're very nice. I have a question. Do you, when you go to, but you asked, you told us before that you go to Israel every 2 months. Do you feel safe when you go there?
Absolutely. When was the last time you were there?
A couple years ago. I'm ashamed to
Oh,
tell you.
I've been going
4 or
for
5
30
years ago.
years,
I've been going also. I've been going for 40 something years since I'm a kid. The last
Very
few years
safe,
I didn't
but
go.
it's and look at Obama and John Kerry making a moral equivalency. There's always the Palestinians and Hamas starting to say they don't. It's never about land. Never. It's only about they don't want a tiny Jewish state within their Arab.
So and what's their
continent.
solution? All the Jews should go where? Die.
What?
You're telling me the Arabs want all the Jews dead?
Yes, you know this by now.
I don't know this by now. I don't believe it. I don't want to believe
Of
it.
course, it's never about land. Remember, in 2007, I think they got 96% of what they wanted. In a two-state solution. And Arafat started an intifada, and the other one left. Abbas walked out. Israel gives up so much land. They gave up Gaza 10 years ago.
And what happened? They won.
But the Arabs said
10,000 rockets.
that for final peace, you have to give us back Jerusalem.
Forget it.
That's not fair.
Why? That's what they said. We'll make peace with you. We'll be
No,
friends.
it's
They're
never
liars.
happened.
They've never kept the truth.
And it
Why
will
should
never
we
be.
believe them now?
Don't think it's never about giving back Jerusalem or land. It's only about they don't want a Jewish. They don't even recognize a tiny Jewish state. They don't recognize that. That's what it's all about to the Arabs. If the Arabs would stop with their rockets and their firearms and their knives, like Alan Dershowitz says, there'd be peace the next day. if Israel gave down, stopped with their arms and whatever, uh, there'd be a second Holocaust.
So you believe that
The blame of the
Amy,
Palestinians.
you
Always,
believe so. What
always.
I understand is you believe that most Americans think and believe like you. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Okay, so you know that you know about this
Yes.
Iran,
Yes.
the Iran nuclear deal. Of course, we all know about it. And recently, Iran ratified in their own
Yes.
Guardian Council to accept the deal with America and the whole world, and we are going to abide by these rules and regulations. Got it?
Yes.
Now Iran, listen to this, now that the world is going to ease sanctions against them as well as visiting sanctions against them, so people from all over the world, do you know that Iran is going to be opening up to tourism?
Yes.
I bet you, now you hate Iran, right? Would you ever go see Iran?
Never.
You're going to see how many millions of Americans will go to Iran.
And die.
Doesn't matter. They have a nuclear weapon, and Obama and Hillary Clinton gave it to them.
And the Americans are going there, and they're going to want to visit, and we're going to spend our American money. Forget the money that the American government is going to.
Yeah.
We're going to spend tourism in the millions and maybe billions of dollars on Iran. You're telling me that Iran is bad? According to what I understand, is right now discussing with you. Americans are going there. Americans don't believe the story that the Arabs hate all the Jews. They believe that somehow that a peaceful deal. Look at the Iran deal. That the Iran deal is turning into a peaceful, gorgeous deal. That they're disconnecting their nuclear weapons.
Not for long.
I don't know.
Not for long.
And what happens if they do follow the procedure and the rules?
They'll follow it for the first year. Of
Never
course,
happened.
What happens if they follow it for? What happens if they follow it for the next 10 years?
They had never have followed. Why would they start now?
They're changing their stripes. They're changing their colors.
No, they're not.
They've never done it before.
You mean nobody could repent?
No, you know how many chances you give? How many chances do you give someone before you realize, hey, stop giving them chances? They're just going to screw you.
Amy, thank you for that call. Amy, goodbye. Thank you for that call. You are a wonderful caller. She's very smart. The only problem is she's too much to the CSD. She's calling us on me left. You are, I don't know where you are. You're almost, you're like on the right, and then you switch back to my side. You know, and I know deep in your heart that there's nobody better than Hillary out there. Nobody.
What? You do not like women. There's only one woman.
It's not the point that I don't like or do like. What I don't like is that nobody's better than her. She's the most qualified. I believe her against.
You know why? She is a perfect politician. She's a liar. She's a crook. She's a dry cook. Like she's a great politician.
And Trump is not. Trump is not a wheeler dealer.
No.
Trump is not a wheeler dealer.
About Trump. But at least he's honest. I do not like him. He won't try to make it all nice and flowery. What's it called? You know that the Arabs are going to eventually rule the world. They're having.
Why? So everybody, the Americans, the Greeks.
Think about France, right? Every couple in France is having 1 to 2 children. Every Arab in France is having 8 children.
Oh, stop that! I don't know.
How many people in France are going to be Arabs, and how many are going to be French?
Those are Esty. The numbers you're getting are fake numbers. Once look it up, Esty, that once they become Europeanized and Americanized, most Muslims, or any nation that comes here, follows the 2.3 baby rule or 3 babies. It's economic. You don't see it happening.
What do you mean follows? You don't have.
I don't see Muslim or Arab, Pakistani, Indian families having 8 or 9 children. I'm sorry. In America, I don't see it.
What?
No. They maybe came with them, but I don't see the new couples having 2 or 3 or 4.
You know Arabs who only have a few kids? I mean, they have the same rules as Jews.
1 or 2.
Like a ton of kids.
I have a family that I know who lives right a couple blocks away from me with 3 kids, and they've been here forever. They're very Americanized. This is because people observe a religion of Muslim or Judaism. It's not like they're having a billion children. Maybe in their countries they are. There's different sets of rules, and I'm telling you, you're wrong about this 8 or 9 children per person.
I don't know. That's what I looked up. I saw an article on this. I didn't just make it up on the spot.
I also saw that article too, and I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
No,
people make stuff up.
Let's say Jewish people, right? A lot of us are having only 2 to 3 kids, but there's a large percentage that is having 8, 9, 20 kids.
Not true. Again, not true. You have the Orthodox community. Exactly. The Orthodox community, and even then, they're slowing down and stopping right now. Listen to me very clearly.
No,
they're not having 10 or 12.
Arab Orthodox is having having as many kids as we are, but there's more of them, so they're going to triple what we have. So there'll be way more Arabs than people
I
in
think the
general.
Orthodox community is not having so many children, anyways. But Esty, I want to ask you a question while I have you on the radio. You know you're calling into your favorite Uncle Heshy show. What show are my people out there? Even though you're sick and your voice is funny, I want to hear what show they're listening to.
You guys are listening to the Just Enough Heshy show. That's all I got.
That's all you got. I love you. You could have just said at least one from 7 to 9 p.m., but I'll handle that part of the show.
Thank you.
We have callers on the phone, ST, 718-303-9090. Amy was a wonderful caller. We took a little bit long. We're going to come to the afternoon show, but I want to take another caller. ST, do you have a little energy left for one more guy for 5 more minutes on the phone with me?
No problem.
Go ahead, rip it across over there, producer guy. Check him in. You're on the air with Heshy and Esty. Who's home?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We are fine.
Nice to talk to you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn,
Okay.
Borough Park.
Borough Park. Okay. What do you have to say tonight to us?
I would to say all the Muslims come to America to destroy America, destroy all the Borough Park, Williamsburg, all the Jewish people.
You believe that? You see an Arab on the street?
I don't. You don't believe it. I feel in skin. You don't know nothing. What is going on in Brooklyn?
Are you scared of the Arab people?
I'm not scared.
Oh.
I told you. They broke the legs. They kill. They poison. They destroy all the people. Do you remember Leon Klinghoffer?
I remember that was on a boat.
It's the same.
But
It's the same Leon Klinghoffer.
But I don't
They
see.
killed the people
I don't see
in
them.
this car accident. Do you remember when they destroyed from CBS to the 60 Minutes head of the 60 Minutes?
No, I don't remember that. But Roman, you.
It's last year. The taxi driver took the head of the 60 Minutes from CBS and put him in the car, and after this he make accident, and the guy from rear side fall down in the window.
Okay. I got
And
it.
died.
That was but that was an accident.
It's not accident.
He killed him on purpose.
It's terrorism. You don't understand? Police told accident. The same. Cover up.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much for your call. You're very interesting.
I give you more. You read the Torah. What does mean Palestinian?
What?
It's evil people, Palestinian.
What kind of people?
Read the Torah.
What does the Torah say?
Palestinian is evil people.
Okay.
It's not Muslim people.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll read it. Hold on. I gotta go. We gotta go. But thank you for your.
One empire, Roman Empire. Do you listen to me? When the Roman Empire took the Israel, they changed the Israel to Palestine. In this time,
Okay, very interesting. Esty was an interesting caller. I didn't understand.
I thought he was pranking. Like, that's not his real voice.
I didn't think so too, but towards the end of it, I think I started to believe what he had to say. So, anyways, you're listening to the Just Enough Heshy show. I'm going to give you our halftime quote, and then we're gonna go on commercial, and I'm gonna say goodbye to Esty privately. So don't hang up on me, Esty. And here goes my quote: "Getting your heart and soul to accept the good and bad in life takes more than prayer alone. You must take action. You must and can make changes. You can do it." So everybody, before we take a break over here, just don't think that you can sit there and pray. Just don't think that you can blame anybody and say, oh, he's bad. Let's make a change. Listen to this last guy. Look how much he hates for no reason at all. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned for the second half of the Just Enough Heshy show. Esty.
Yeah, hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the interesting first hour we had. You're all welcome to call. We have another call in the call. I'm going to have to take the special call. Oh, he's going to kill me. But Esty, before she goes off the air, Esty has a special quote. So Esty, tell me your quote that you've been saving. Today
Um,
you're sick. I'm letting you have the quote time. Go ahead.
okay, so I have two quotes actually. One is, "You had enemies? Good. That means you stood up for something sometime in your life." That was by Winston Churchill. That's
Yeah,
a
but
good one, right?
that's crazy. Oh
What do
my
you mean?
goodness! Oh
No,
my
it's not.
goodness! My boy Neil just popped in. This is my best buddy, Neil. I love you. Welcome to the show, my voice of reason.
Esty sounded great.
Esty sounded
Like
great.
a genius.
I didn't. I was very upset with her. She went too much to the right. She went too much to the
No,
right.
but that's right. She had good information.
She did have Esty. Did you hear this, Esty? Neil is.
She's on.
Yeah, she's on. Neil is complimenting you.
Hey,
Oh wow! I thought he was sick.
Yeah, he was, but he popped in. He
I
came.
heard. I tell you what. It got me sicker to listen to Heshy talk about how good Obama is.
Right.
Just had
What's
to
the
finish.
quote?
But so on the way in, I heard you. You were on the whole time. You said
Oh, cool.
you were great.
Oh really? My voice. I'm stretching it.
That's not what I'm talking about. The content. The content.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Very
Um,
good. Very
Right.
good.
So this quote. So first of all, I like it because it means you automatically have enemies if you stand up for yourself at some point. So I just thought that was good. My other one is, we occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of us pick ourselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened.
Well, Esty, Esty, what's your second quote? Let Neil hear your second quote.
Okay. I think I just said it. Okay.
Okay, Neil, make fun of this quote because you didn't. You always make fun of mine.
Okay. We occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of us pick ourselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened.
Well, Esty,
I didn't write it. You're gonna say anything.
That's too much brain power.
too much
for
brain
me.
power to me. I got that. Neil, I want you to know something. By the way, I want you to know, Neil. Basically, did I make any sense whatsoever that there's somebody to blame in the Palestinian-Israeli thing?
No, because you were saying there's no one to blame. I was pissed like anything. I was screaming like what are you talking about? You need somebody here.
So according to everybody else,
like Amy said, you're not up to date on the news.
What are you talking about? But according to the whole world, they say the Israelis are to blame.
Of course, that's been from the beginning of time. It's always Israel's fault. It's always the Jews' fault. I mean, come on, let's get real.
That's it. That's the whole steal. It's the Jews' fault. Too bad.
Do you know what they have in their education, in their books?
By the way, I just saw on 60 Minutes that there's a school in Israel with half Palestinian, half Israelis, and they learn both people's histories. And,
great.
Right?
It's not going to solve any problems for this year. That's for certain.
I know.
That's for certain.
I know.
But, they're brought up, they're taught to hate the Jew. The Jew threw us out, to do this, the Jew that.
I don't believe you, Neil. I'm sorry. I don't believe you.
I'm sorry to tell you that not only the simple proof is in the pudding. There are a billion Muslims out there, and you would think at least some of them would come out and say, hey, all this is crazy, what's going on the last few years with terrorists and all that stuff. But they don't. Why? Because
really, they don't?
You heard anyone?
I didn't hear
Indonesia has 100 and some million people. You heard something from them?
But all the imams here in New York are...
What do you mean? They're getting lined up politically?
Right.
You have to talk a certain way? your politicians have to talk a certain way.
Right, but
Right.
but
do they believe that?
How can you? How do you ever?
On Dove Hyken, you don't believe him, right?
Yes.
You say he's full of it.
Right.
But on the Imam, you're giving him all the credit.
Wow.
That's
you
what
are
a liberal
vicious.
Jew is.
Wow, you are
That's
vicious.
that's
what she called Nadler and that other lady. She called her not a worse, a self-hating Jew liberal.
Who?
Nadler and that other lady. She gave me a name. There was I forgot the lady's name that voted with for
the Iran
Contra deal.
Listen, the bottom line is not the Contra. That's
Iran,
right.
The Iran nuclear
deal.
Right.
No, but see, that's the point. See, that's what I don't like. Either we're going to talk real politics here, or we're going to talk like little kiddies.
I want to hear real politics.
Real politics is Obama was going to get that through whether you liked it or not. That's it. The world set upon it. He got Putin online, the Chinese online. He got all these big countries who are dying to do business there, and that's it. So it was going to happen. Now it was, how do you want to play it politically to the public, to your base? So Schumer, right? He knew it was going to happen,
right?
And he took the risk. He might get punished for it, but people that are on the in know that it didn't make a difference if you voted for it or not,
right?
Because they knew they had enough votes. Finished. And that's why I say, it's not good when you talk about kiddie politics without really knowing what's going on. Like Norman said the other day to me, like, oh, you don't know. I don't have to know everything, but I still have an opinion, and it's based on what I do know, not what I don't know.
Okay.
And in every situation, whether it's Vietnam or any other situation, there are many opinions on it. Finished. From classic, good people that have brains, that are familiar with all this.
We have Norman on the phone.
Oh yeah. Do you know? Know that the last 4 or 5 CIA heads and Pentagon all testified in Congress that we're in trouble with our international dealings. We're not doing it right. Each agency said. The CIA, like 3 of them, wrote books on it.
Right, but
what do you mean, who are they? They know everything. The CIA knows everything.
And they're so busy coming after their own homegrown people. Why aren't they going after these international terrorists or political people that want to hurt us? Why aren't they destroying them? Why are they
Because it's so complicated that you can't even begin to imagine. In other words, on one hand, you have a guy like Putin, who's a gangster himself. And if he's backing a group of he's backing Assad, for instance, of Syria. Assad is a thug. What do you mean he's backing him? But that's it. Putin sees weak points and he can come in and be a hero and save his can. And what does Putin care? He doesn't care if he loses thousands of people.
Wow.
He really doesn't. He's like Stalin. They don't care. They lose tens of millions of people. They don't
Putin
care.
has to answer for things also.
No, he doesn't. He creates the answer before the question even came up.
How did this happen? How did Putin get so mighty powerful that the people can't?
Because oil went to $100 and whatever dollars. That's the only reason. Right now, he's in the crapper. He's got big problems. He needs oil to go up. And that's part of why he's doing this whole, my opinion. That I'm not saying this is factual, don't, like I'm not betting my life on it.
I got it.
Okay. But that's what's going on with Putin.
You believe oil
goes up, Putin makes money again.
And
right now, everybody agrees, whoever's out there as far as countries are concerned, that Russia is broke. They don't make enough to cover their monthly.
We keep saying that for years and years.
No, not for 2-3 years, 3-4 years. We didn't say that because they were raking it in. They were the ones raking it in. Wow. And every time, it sort of goes down a little, they get someone to make some trouble in the Middle East, and it goes up.
Do you believe oil is going to go back up?
eventually. But I think we're not understanding politically how the United States, people think we're the weak, we're meek, we don't do things, this, that. We set this up that oil should go down the toilet now.
Why?
Because that put the squeeze on Putin because he went into the Ukraine.
Right.
Okay, they had to teach him a lesson. And he threatened his neighbors he's not going to send them gas. He also threatened them that.
But Putin's still in Ukraine, no?
He's in the Ukraine, but he's punished for it now. He's like the guy.
He was punished when he was in Afghanistan.
Clothing. He came out with no clothing.
He was punished when he was in Afghanistan. You're right. He lost at the end of the day. Not him, but the USSR when they were in Afghanistan. And what happened? Big deal. They laughed at us. They stayed. They don't care. We always punished Russia. And Russia doesn't care.
No. Russia cares a lot. They listen. Everything revolves around money. We know that.
Correct.
You want to find any answers?
No questions.
You go to the money.
Right.
I'm telling you now that I don't know what Russia's monthly nut is, but they're not covering it now. They're selling the same amount of oil, and they're not getting the same amount of money.
So,
in other words, it's like owning a building that you rent. It was $1,000 a month, and now it went down to $500. So that's it. All of a sudden, you're screwed.
And your bills are still the same.
Your bills stay the same. What changes?
They went up higher. Wow, very good example, Leo.
What changes?
You landlords, you know how they talk to us. I love you.
No, but I'm just saying. But this is the truth. And that's why I think, when you talk about these issues.
Russia and Israel doesn't care that Russia's in Syria? I didn't hear a word out of Israel.
I don't know. I know they met. Bibi and Putin met.
So that means he agrees.
I don't know. All I know is that somehow Bibi gets in the middle of everything. All of a sudden, the Iran thing. He's in the middle of anything. Listen, the Middle East is a powder keg.
So Bibi's
the place can blow in a second. Just think about it. I don't believe so. You see the way they can just send out 100 people, go stare people. Just like that.
And the truth
they can do the same thing with their missiles. Hezbollah has a lot.
Yeah, but Hezbollah didn't do much damage when they were shooting at Israel.
They're holding back.
And how many people did they kill now? Let's be honest with each other. 20, 50?
Who cares? Whatever, right?
Not whatever. Every soul is important. By the way, I wanted to tell you an interesting story. There was a black Eritrean migrant worker.
Right, he got shot.
He got shot, stabbed, and killed by the place, and he had nothing to do with the attack.
They made a mistake.
They made a mistake because we're wild.
Because they are emergency situations.
We're allowed to kill people.
Happen.
Right.
Come on, this is a war at the second. They don't have time to say, hey, buddy, come here. Well, who are you? Yeah, prove it.
You know, that lady was saying that Hillary deserves to go to jail.
That's what they're going to decide. That's what a court has to decide.
What court? She hasn't been indicted.
No, not yet, but they will indict.
And when she becomes president?
The odds are she won't end up with nothing more than a slap on the wrist.
So she can continue running for president?
For certain. And she is going to continue running.
And do you think she'll win?
I
asked this over and over and over.
Who's she running against?
Oh, you're going to like this. I found all the names. I mentioned.
No, but just who's she running against?
She's running against Sanders. She's going to be.
No, that's on the Democrat.
On the Democrat.
For sure, she's the nominee for the Democratic
Party. You gave me that part. Yeah. Even if Joe Biden runs for president.
Joe Biden's not getting anywhere.
Okay, and listen to this one other guy that you're going to like.
Joe Biden's 72 years old.
Everybody's calling this guy an idiot. But I like him, Martin O'Malley.
Was he the one that was a Marine?
Oh, I don't know if he was a Marine.
In the Defense Department, the head of the.
But he says that he was.
Is that the guy?
I don't know if he was a Marine. Can somebody find out for me? Martin O'Malley, was he the Marine? I don't know.
Doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say.
Because there was one guy who was on there. I don't remember who. Because he was a Marine. His kid is a Marine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he had credibility a little
bit, but he's way behind, of course, Hillary by a mile, and they're not raising any money.
Hillary doesn't really need money. She can get from her own pocketbook. Her foundation has close to $2 billion.
Is the foundation allowed to donate all that money?
They're allowed to give out loans and do whatever they want with it.
$1 billion. They're only worth $2 billion. The foundation,
right?
They're gonna.
And how they get that? Because Hillary flew around on our dime.
So Hillary's gonna get $1 billion of that money to run for president.
If she wants it. but they're not going to use it.
I got that.
They're going to save that for Chelsea or somebody.
You mean when the foundation closes, they get to keep the
It's never
money?
going to close, baby.
And they get big. They don't get that big. I mean, salaries. The
Sure,
president,
they get salaries, and then of a foundation, you can get percentages.
so you're telling me that Hillary's getting millions and millions of dollars a year out of the
Or
foundation
Bill, Hillary,
salary,
daughter.
besides all the other monies they're making.
Right. What do
This
you mean? And the
foundation-
foundation pays for a lot of their expenses.
But the foundation's
What do you think the not-for-profit? Why are there so many not-for-profits in your
I
neighborhood?
got that.
Every other house is a not-for-profit by you.
But the foundation is making so much money to give them a piece of the action, and he's taking. But he's supposed to be doing good. He's supposed to be.
He is doing good. Come on, man. I give you $500.
Right.
You can't, give out $200-300 and do good and keep $200-300.
I agree. Wow.
You would show me how to do it better.
I
even,
do
but
right. Well, only
but I'm saying, at
$100.
least, right. Why? But that's what's going on, really.
Everybody, you're listening to the Just Enough Heshy show.
Yeah,
you got
303-9090, baby.
718-303-9090. I got Neil back. I got him. He's just not letting me live, man. He's not letting me get off this subject. I have so much more to talk about, and he's just killing me on this.
Okay, but this is important stuff.
I got you. So don't forget, you have Mr. Clean. You can reach him at Mr. Clean Delivers.
Yeah, don't give his phone number.
I'm sorry, SD. I do have his number. I forgot to write
I
it.
heard you.
Yeah, but you can get him at mrcleandelivers@gmail.com, or you can call us 718-303-9090, or get us at justenoughheshy@gmail.com.
But don't call us for Mr. Clean's number now, because we don't.
Right, hello, producer, get me Mr. Clean's number. And also you have Green Line Building Solutions, 718, SD was supposed to send it to you, 718-871-0382 for violations, permits, plans, expediting. I mean, it's getting crazy out there.
Right, but the main thing is that you care.
We do
because
care.
I heard you talking when I was driving in about not caring.
That's right.
But that's all a lot of BS when it comes down to it.
Why?
Because those are emotions. You use your brain, not your emotions.
Of course you use your brain. But if you don't care about helping the other person, you don't believe in the other person's cause, you don't see what trouble they're going through, and you don't feel their pain, you're not going to do a good job.
Excuse me. I'm not of the belief that you can only feel the pain if you yourself go through it.
No, but you have to understand.
You have to understand it.
Right,
that's all.
okay.
You know,
I don't want to be in
I
pain.
don't need to know what it means to drive a broken down car. I get it. It's okay. I don't have to know more about it.
I got you, Neil.
That's all.
You're wonderful.
I watch the guys who go to the gas station and they put in $10 of gas. And I always scratch my head like, you're going to have to come back real soon. Like, what are you doing? Like, just fill it up and that's it.
I know. Me too. Something's I want to stop at 20,
me also,
but I have to come back.
Also, and I tell myself, it's never worth making that extra
the second
stop.
trip, getting
It's
stuff.
not like maybe tomorrow we're going to use water and not gas.
I had to go away Friday, and
surprise.
Right, I never go away for the week. Right,
yeah.
and I ran away, and I don't fill up, and I wait till the last minute. I'm stupid. I should go in by a quarter of a tank. I was down to where the light comes on, the little gasoline thing, and just pulling into the gas station, standing in line, and I'm already running late. I had to be there in an hour and a half, and boom, I had to pull in for gas. Foolish me. Yes, I understand you that something's trying to save that extra dollar, saying, I'll get it Saturday night or next week.
Right, but the truth is,
spend it now.
Listen, let's get real. It's like a guy who sells coffee and he decides not to buy enough coffee. Like, what are you doing? You sell it all day long.
You can't run out
Guys
of it.
like us that run around all day, the bottom line is, what are we doing?
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
So, It's a mentality.
We're going to have to talk to Norman.
Hey, I'm all for Norman.
Hold on, let me push Norman.
I'm all for Norman, but Norman, good evening.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Neil. Neil, man, it's just me and Neil.
Well, listen. First of all, I get mad that you make me wait so long.
I'm sorry.
And every time I talk to you, Hesh, you give me 2 seconds and you push me off to some mentally disturbed people. Now, no, really. You know what? I know
we do it in order.
No,
We'll give him a few minutes. Go ahead.
And then Neil made a statement about me, which I never stopped Neil from having his opinion. I just think he's misinformed. But I want to say, Heshy, I know you're for peace. in between Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
And you're the only one that's talked so far tonight that's made sense.
Oh,
So,
oh, thank you, somebody, thank you.
no, listen, Heshy, when I see you say things that are sensible, I'm very proud of you. When you tell me about
Forget about the
miracles,
bad things. Let us tell me about
okay,
your
so
opinions.
listen, I gave you a movie about, it's called The Fog of War, which of course you never see. You know, sometimes you could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And for some reason, whatever I recommend to you, Heshy, your decisions are better than mine because you're a competitive person. If you show me something that's interesting or say something that's sensible, I agree with you. Now,
Very
this
good.
film that I gave you, The Fog of War, the Secretary of Defense during the Vietnam era was Robert McNamara, and this
Right.
is an interview with him. He ran the war. If you watch the film, you'll know everything about Vietnam. So there's only
Vietnam.
One,
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Vietnam because we're talking about the Israeli-Palestinian.
Now I am going to
But the Vietnam. I just want to give you out before we go off this. No. I want to. We're going to get off. We're going to get off the topic. I don't like talking.
I'm not getting off the topic.
1 minute, Norman. Norman, stop. No, listen to me. It's my show, Norman. It's not an idiot woman. Amy was very smart. She was just too much to the right. Okay.
She's filled with hate.
I know.
You heard it.
But she must have been hurt somehow to hate so much.
You make excuses for people that hate. They say that the Arabs hate. Yes, there are Arabs that hate. And now you're seeing tonight the first two Jewish people that called, they're full of hate. And there is...
Why? Why are they full of hate?
Yeah, why is it full of hate? Why is it wrong to believe that the Palestinians hate the Jews?
Wait a second,
Why is it wrong to believe that?
Neil, I'll get to anything you want to say, and I don't know why you don't ever give me time to come to you.
We give you, but you have to. But you have to let us answer.
Neil,
but you have to let us answer, Norman. Otherwise, you got to give us a break.
Neil, you said that the CIA knows everything. Is that correct?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, then how come we had the World Trade Center go down?
Yeah, because they had the information.
Because nothing.
Oh, for sure they had the information. They didn't know how to use it. They didn't know how to use their information.
Don't make excuses.
Hey,
now the next thing.
Why does he talk to me like that? I'm not pro like our government and all of that.
Well, they didn't know everything.
Listen. First of all, when you say someone says they know everything, obviously they don't know everything. But when it comes to, I believe they knew about the World Trade attacks. Maybe they didn't know the timing exactly, but they knew it was flowing in. You say good excuse. I say it had to be developed. It was information that they had to develop.
Listen, let me ask you this question.
You want it to be magic.
Listen, we have the best spy system in the world, and they still don't know anything.
Yeah.
Now, we have satellites.
So what does that mean? We're stupid?
Listen,
what does that mean to you?
Listen, wait.
No, tell me what it means to you.
I don't think they know anything.
So therefore, you're telling me we waste all this gazillions of dollars and all that to do what? To chew gum?
I guess that's what they're doing.
No.
Did you ever read Mad Magazine, Spy versus Spy? It's one lie after another lie. He's a spy for the U.S., then he's a triple spy for Russia, and he's a quadruple spy for this. It's all nonsense and craziness. We spy on this one, we spy on that one. They hack us, we hack them. We do this. What a waste of money. It's like the war on drugs. It's a total waste of money.
Correct.
Now, listen, sometimes I want to have people on your show, Heshy, that would be really interesting for your listeners to hear. So there's an other opinion. I hate gun violence, Heshy.
I hate gun violence.
Absolutely. So there's a woman, if I left my phone number, I will give you her phone number. She's New York Against Gun Violence. And if you want to speak to a brilliant, brilliant person.
No, excuse me, Norman. What is her stand? That we shouldn't be allowed the Second Amendment, no legal guns?
Yeah.
Is that her stand?
I agree with her.
Why? Why do I have to go through a whole hour of BS and when I can get right to the point?
Heshy, I mean Neil, she's a brilliant
I
woman.
got it.
Okay.
So what is her conclusion?
So give her a half an hour on your show, and if you don't like what she has to say, then you could hear what.
It's fine by me. It's fine. You want her to get a half hour? Heshy, could she have a half hour?
She gets a half hour.
She gets a half hour. You got it, Norm. No problem.
I've seen her on TV.
Norman, we're gonna get on with the show.
Go ahead, Norman. Next.
Next is all the violence in the Middle East. It's totally insane. It definitely is insane.
Right.
I want to tell you something.
And what's your solution?
Well, wait, I'll give you a solution.
Thank gosh.
Listen, on Channel 13, I just want to give you an example. They took boys without their knowledge. 100 boys, I think it was from Palestine, and 100 boys from Israel, and they brought them to a camp, a summer camp. And they put them all together in the summer camp. Now, when the Israelis saw the Palestinian boys, they flipped out. They wanted to kill them. And it was the same thing on the other side. So they said, oh, this is crazy. But what happened was, in athletics, they split the boys up. They put half Palestinians on one team and half Israelis on another in the camp league and in basketball and so on. So they had to play together for a common goal. And the only thing that I could say to you, if you watch the documentary on it, at the end of the summer, the boys were crying that they weren't going to be together anymore. They totally forgot about the insanity of the Middle East. So it shows you that if you have a brain in your head and you find a commonality between enemies,
Normal. That's what the Olympics are all about and stuff. What do you think? Why do you think all this happened? This is not a new phenomenon. This is not a new phenomenon that, you get the youngsters to, do things together and it's an amazing how different they are than their parents and grandparents. But I have to add something.
Sure.
Let's not kid ourselves, okay, as to the people who live in Israel and every other country around it. Every single one, okay? Has people killing people all the time, their own people.
We do it in the United States.
I don't care if we do it in the United States. I don't care. I don't care right now if we do it here. That wasn't my point. That wasn't my point. Where do we do it here, by the way?
Oh, you don't think
black on black crime, white on white crime, robbing. What are you talking about? We have murder daily.
How many murders?
Murders.
So how come? How come Chicago had 5,000 murders last year?
Right. I'm sorry, I forgot. How come America had New York City 2,046?
Yeah, how come?
Okay, we had the worst shooting.
1 minute, how come? Give me an answer.
I'm going to tell you an answer. Like, there was a young girl killed yesterday. And
I don't want to hear a story. I want to hear an answer.
Hate, gangsters, economic problems.
It's all about insanity. It's all about craziness with drugs.
There was a young girl killed yesterday in Hempstead, Long Island. Just a gang just driving by, shooting through a window, and she got killed. Unacceptable. There was
unacceptable.
Norman, last night me and Neil were talking, and I told Neil a brilliant idea. He was starting to create. Said I'm crazy. I said that I heard there was some kind of a councilman or assemblyman or somebody that want to come out with a law that if you buy a gun, you have to get insurance of $250,000 to own a gun. If you have insurance of $250,000 in case there's an accident or shooting, boom, we can get the money from you. They're saying no insurance company would insure you. Neil says he would. Neil says he'd insure everybody.
Heshy,
yeah, Neil.
This is really important. If you listen carefully, the gun companies are now making handguns like the Glocks, and they're putting built-in silencers on them. And they shoot high-impact ammunition. Now, could you imagine you're capable of buying a weapon like that? This kind of ammunition, you don't even hear anything go off. It's
Uh,
totally insane.
You see, Norm, this is what I'm talking about.
And
What you just said, it's an amazing thing because you focused in on the silencer part of the gun. You know, and this is what they did when they first started getting their hands on Uzis and these big automatics and all of that. You know, it wasn't the silencer. It was look how much they can shoot, how much firepower and all that. There's always an issue as far as guns and as far as things like that are concerned. But just know that most of the crime, and that is a fact, are done with guns that are not legal. Okay, they're not by legal gun
How are they
holders.
not legal? How are they not legal? They were created legally.
No, the gun was created legally. The ownership of the gun is not a legal ownership.
Can we do a palm? Hold on. Can we do a palm or something that the gun doesn't fire unless it's
listen,
safe?
I'll give you information. If a gun is fired, you could tell who's the owner of the gun if certain requirements are pushed to make the gun manufacturer do it. But the NRA stops it.
Why?
It's just like having a
Why does the NRA stop it?
Because they're insane.
Because they're as corrupt as the AARP.
Hey, you know why? Heshy?
That's why.
The
Really?
reason why the
I
NRA,
like the AARP.
Heshy, listen to this.
I listen to you. Let me talk. I like the AARP. Go ahead.
The reason why the NRA says they want silencers on guns is because with a rifle, when they go hunting, it makes noise and the animals run away. So now they could have a silent weapon. Is this insane?
I don't know. Is it true?
I wish the
Is it true what they're saying?
I believe it's true. I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay, so then why shouldn't they want to get it silenced?
Okay.
You know what? I'd like to see the bear have a gun, so when the hunter shoots at him, he could shoot back.
Okay, no.
So, see, no. So now you're talking about the idea of hunting, not the gun.
Listen,
now you're against hunting.
No, listen. I don't like hunting.
Okay.
You know, I could if you're hungry. And that's the way we survive for food, but that's not.
I know. I watch on TV that show Buying Alaska. These people buy these places, little spots in Alaska, and that's what they do. They live off the land.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a different
story. That's a different story.
Why is it a different story? They want
because I know hunters and they get a kick out of killing one.
Norman, we got
they use it for food.
Okay, we got to get on the show. Norman, I want to ask you one question before you go for the night. Do you like Hillary or not?
I like Bernie Sanders because he's an honest person.
But if Hillary beats Bernie, are you going to vote for him?
If he runs as an independent, I would vote for him. If it's between Hillary and any clown in the Republican Party, and they're all clowns or carnival barkers, they're terrible. They do not. These are billionaires that do not care about us.
And Sanders, you believe he made it through 35 years without being any corruption,
Neil,
right?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely,
okay.
Neil.
Okay,
Neil,
then you have to wake up.
Right. Norman, say goodnight, Norman. No,
let him finish.
Okay,
let him finish.
You gave Amy 400 hours, a moron. And if I try to talk some sensibility, you don't let me talk because it's the Heshy show.
Right, that's exactly what
you know, if I'm trying to say...
We're on for 14 minutes, Norman. Say a closing quote, Norman. Go ahead.
Neil, did you ever go to Vermont?
Yes.
Oh, you did? I never went.
Well, okay, listen. There are no Burger Kings, no nonsense. The state is just like it was in 1850. They take care of the environment. They love the environment. They help the people. He's a wonderful man, Bernie Sanders. He's from Brooklyn. He's a Brooklyn.
I know he's a Brooklynite.
He's common sense. All the others don't have common sense.
Why is it common sense to believe that you should take from the rich and give the poor more and more?
Because the rich are all stealing the money. They never pay taxes.
Again, everybody's stealing. You see, that's what I don't. All of a sudden, it's
Norman,
everybody.
Thank you, Norman. Good night.
When it comes to the Muslims
Norman,
and the fighting, it's not everybody. He would tell you, no, don't condemn everybody. But now a businessman who's making a profit and he wants to hold on to it, he's stealing the money. Come on. Come on, there are honest people out there.
Yeah.
You know it.
Anyways, let's take another caller before we go to a break. And so let's take. Hello, you're on the air with.
With who? With who?
I don't know. With Neil and
Who are we
Heshy.
tonight?
Neil and Heshy. Uncle
Heshy. Always.
Hello, Jim.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay, doke.
Okay, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I got a little joke for you.
Go ahead. We need somebody to make this show happy. People are too serious.
Well, we don't know, but all right. Hopefully, okay. So the church was going on really hard times, and they need some fixing up on their church, on their temple, church, whatever you want to call it. You know, the building. But in the Bible, it says the body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. But let me get back on to the joke, if I could. Good Lord Jesus. Okay, so the church was going on hard times. They need a paint job. So they're going through the directory, and they find a really good low-price guy, and he comes over, and he's sort of kind of, you know, he's a little bit, he's not the most trustworthy guy, but he gave him a good price, right? So as it goes on, he's way up there painting away, right? And it's getting dark, and he's running out of paint, right? So he's going like this with his mouth, and he's figuring out, how am I going to do this? It's getting dark. I got to get this job over with. So he starts thinning the paint. You know, he's adding turpentine or whatever it is, paint thinner. And he's way up there. He's painting away. It's getting thinner and thinner. It's getting darker and darker. And he goes, it's way up here. They ain't going to notice, whatever. All of a sudden, he's way up there. He hears a voice. He goes like this: we paint, and thin no more.
Very funny, Jim. I'm gonna have to beat that joke tonight.
I heard that on 570 AM. I believe it was one of these guys.
No wonder it was so good. It was on a competitive channel. I have a question for you, Jim. Who are you voting for in the election? Who do you like right now? Not who you like in a month. Right now, who would you pick?
I can't pick. I cannot, because you know there's
no opinion on Hillary.
One could be as good as the other. Every day is different. It's like the weather. You know, you never know.
But do you think Hillary is evil or not?
Well, she was the first lady. I mean, she lived in the White House. You know,
so she wouldn't be a bad pick if she got elected.
I always favor women. You know, I came into this world through a woman, so
I got that. Thank you, Jim.
And Armenian, and I would like to say an Armenian woman.
Okay.
My mom was Armenian. Yeah.
So there must have been a Brooklyn boy when you were growing up.
No, I'm in Jersey.
Jersey.
You know,
okay.
My mom lived in Brooklyn. Yeah.
I got you. Thank you for your call, Jim. That was very funny. That was very cool.
You're great. Man. Oh, and one more thing, please. Where's the voice that could launch 1,000 ships? Mr. Ralph Romeo himself.
Oh, he was supposed to come on the show tonight. He didn't show up. So maybe he'll come tomorrow with the comedian on the show. He's wonderful.
He has such a great heart. I mean,
he's a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Uncle Patch.
You got it, big boy. Thank you.
Enjoy, buddy.
That was nice. That was very nice. So since he said a joke, Neil, I want to beat him in a joke. Can I say a better joke from you? You're gonna like this joke, Neil. What happened was, who said that men don't remember anniversaries? There was a woman. She wakes up during the night and she looks for her husband, and he wasn't in bed. So she puts on a robe. She goes downstairs to look at him, and she finds him sitting in the kitchen and over a hot cup of coffee. And she said he appears to be deep in thought. And she says, "What are you looking at? What are you staring at?" And he wipes a tear from his eyes, and he says. And he takes a sip of his coffee and he says, "I want to tell you something. Do you remember the night when we were? Do you remember 20 years ago when we were dating and you were only 16 years old?" And she says, "Yes." "And remember when your father caught us in your house, you know, doing the bad thing, and he took out a gun and he says, 'You better marry her or you're going to get 20 years? She says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, now it's 20 years. I would have been free." Very cute. Anyways, a stupid joke. I got
Cute old joke.
Cute old joke. I remember that joke. Let's take Mark from line. Oh, yeah, let me do the commercials.
Who, Mark Appel?
I don't know.
He's in Israel.
Mark from Illinois, but Mr.
Oh.
Clean delivers, and I do have his phone number, 347-369-3051.
Do it again. Give him again.
I'm giving you again, 347-369-3051, or you can get him at Mr. Clean Delivers at gmail.com. And I want you to know, Neil, I'm not just pushing him because he's an advertiser and he's a paid, but I'm just telling you that the man comes through time and time again. Every time I call him up, there's delivery there, there's waiting there, pick it up. Again, this week I couldn't make it. He says, you just leave it there. I know how to get in. I know the procedure. I'll hang up the calls. The man was just on the button again this week. He saved my behind with the cleaners and the suits that we needed to go away with. I don't know. Call Mr. Clean. He does pick up. He does deliveries. You get 25% off if you tell him about the Just Enough Heshy show. 347-369-3051. Yes, he's in Bensonhurst. He goes to Brighton Beach. He goes to Manhattan Beach. He's all over Flatbush, Borough Park. I think even those downtown Brooklyn. He tells me sometimes he goes.
Park Slope.
Park Slope, right. I don't think he goes to like Clinton Hill and all that stuff, but maybe he does. 347-369-3051. And don't forget about
those people wear jeans.
They do,
They
but they do have
They
suits,
like to press them out.
Yeah, I don't know. Shirts. People, they do like to have nice press shirts. Whatever. Anyways, you have Green Line Building Solutions. We do permits, plans, expediting, lead inspections, ACP5s, which is asbestos inspections. We do home inspections, HPD code compliance, as well as we help you get you to the finish line. So call 718-871-0382. There's free consultations. We sit with you. We talk to you. We help you register your building. We're a very good agency. Green Line Building Solutions, 718-871-0382. Neil, take a call. Oh, I'll take the call. I pushed the button. No, hold on a minute. How you doing tonight, by the way? How you feeling?
Good.
Are we going out to eat for some hot soup, you and me? I need a hot soup. I don't want to get sick like you guys. We got to go to that Mindy's place or whatever. No,
something.
Okay, you got it. Noodle chicken soup. I had canadles this week by my sister-in-law. Not bad, but she puts other stuff in the soup.
Oh, you know for sure she don't listen to the show,
right? For sure.
But
she didn't make noodles, and she put onions in the soup with celery. It gives it a different flavor. I don't like it. A chicken soup is a chicken soup, and that's it. Leave me alone. And I want a piece of leg in the chicken. Now I'm conning my wife into do it. You're on the air with Uncle Heshy and Neil. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Mark from, I forgot where, Texas? Where are you from?
Yeah, Illinois.
Illinois, okay. How are you, Mark?
Good. I wanted to talk about Israel. I wanted to explain why what's happening over there.
Go ahead.
So what happened is Abbas in the Palestinian state area was having a backlash because they had elections like 10 years ago, and they were supposed to have elections again like 4 years after that. What happened is it became a dictatorship, and he's ruling the place for 10 years. So
his section, yes.
Right, his section. So then what happened is he was getting a backlash. People were getting a little edgy that they wanted to kick him out. They wanted elections. Even though he gets a lot of money from Europe and America, and he puts half in his bank account in Switzerland, and he gives out some jobs to people to keep them loyal to him. But, he was losing steam. So what he does is, if they would have an election now, Hamas would win hands down. And, in Gaza, when Hamas won in 2006, they took the PA and they threw them off the roof and killed them all. So he's going to have to run if they have elections, because Hamas is for sure going to win. So what he does is he tells everybody Israel's taking over the Temple Mount. They're taking over the holy sites. And they all go out and start stabbing people.
So you're telling me Abbas is the reason for all this trouble? He's so nervous of losing his job, like the boys in my synagogue. You have these guys presidents, and they just become dictators. Wow, terrible. You should see these guys.
No, but he's on the money with Abbas, because Abbas is really in trouble. And so this is going on a while already.
So Abbas is trying to...
People are complaining like crazy.
So he's trying to focus... Right, because of economic strife.
Right, and he's not helping them out.
Right, so he's focusing towards the Jews, and that's it. Go blame them and leave me alone.
A diversion.
I don't believe that. That is completely crazy. The man
Did Israel go after any
any holy sites. They didn't do anything.
Right.
And then Abbas just said it, and they went out and they believed him, and that's the whole reason for this uprising.
What holy sites do
The
the Arab?
Temple
the
Mount.
Temple
They
Mount,
said
that's
they're
it.
going to go pray at the Temple
But
Mount.
you know that's not true. And why?
What do you mean you know? What do you mean you know?
I know it's not.
You hear from your president or you're this, you're expected to believe him. Why not?
Abbas said that they're going to take it
Right.
over. He stirred the whole thing up.
Right.
Okay, that's very. And so you believe that? And do you have any?
Now, what's his exit strategy?
Yeah,
But
yeah. If you believe this, then is there any chance for peace, or there's never a chance for peace?
There's never a chance for
Never a
peace because it's all about control and
So Abbas who wants to make peace with the Israelis is purposely sending his people to be terrorists to the Israelis.
he doesn't want to make peace.
Sure, he says it all over the place. I want to make peace. If you do this, if you do that,
because
if
he
you give me
says it?
this.
Oh, okay.
You said you must believe the president, right?
No, that's you, like you do with Obama. That's what I'm talking about.
So you believe there'll never be peace between the Arab and the Jewish
Not
world?
in my lifetime.
Hello?
no, I don't think there would be.
Wow.
Because either Hamas is going to get elected, they're never going to have peace, and Abbas is not going to have peace because his people don't want peace.
They said the same thing about Arafat and the PLO, that there'll never be peace, and look, there became peace.
Eh,
Right, but what about Abbas? He's supposed to have elections 6 years ago.
Okay,
What happened?
So is Arafat, and there was no elections for many years. I'm sure that things will change shortly once the region starts to settle a little bit. It's only still in the baby stages. Remember, when was the Oslo agreements? 90s? Late 2000. When was the Oslo agreement? With 94. So what are we? 90? Oh, we're only 20 years into a baby young agreement that we're still trying to work out peace between these two sets of peoples. 20 years is nothing.
But that's not the point of my call. My point of my call is that Abbas stirred this whole stabbing stuff that's going on in Israel with no reason other than he made stuff up that Israel was going to take over some holy sites, which they had no intention of doing.
Very, very well. I don't know. Can I ask you a question, Mark? President, who do you like so far? If you had to pick somebody today,
I want an outsider, but I really don't like my options. But if I could hold my nose and pull for Trump, Carly Farina maybe.
But Hillary, what about Hillary?
No way.
Really, you don't have a shot, Hillary? Hillary against
I can't
Bush.
believe you pushing Hillary.
I'm
like,
telling you that I
trust
don't
her?
understand why nobody
You
likes her.
trust her?
Hillary is the only competent person up there. Trump is not competent.
She's
Sanders-
competent on what standard?
On the standard that she knows how to use the political game to get things done. But
but
she's
it's
a
the
pro.
wrong things that she'll get done.
I
So
don't
what's
know.
the point?
She's saying not. She says she knows healthcare. She knows, and she did know.
Oh,
She
please.
knows.
She's
if
such a communist.
Oh, I don't know that. Anyways, Mark, thank you for the call. That was very interesting. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Sure.
Good night. Good night. And thank you for listening to the show. You see, that was a caller from Illinois, Neil.
I know. You get very proud.
I like across the country. My question to you is again, so you're telling me that no matter what, and everybody, so if I did get a Hillary vote, didn't I get a Hillary, somebody that said they'd take
Probably some immigrant.
Norman said he'd take
No,
Hillary.
Sanders.
But if there's no Sanders, he'd go because Sanders is a Brooklynite, is good, but
No, because Sanders is a communist, so he likes that.
But he said
Because he does not believe that you can legitimately make money in America, which means he does not believe America is America. In other words, it takes away the whole underpinning of what America is all about. Okay, Ice Watch here. Very interesting. You know the place. There used to be a tire shop on Day Hill Road.
Yes.
Northeastern,
whatever, yeah.
The guy was there many years, 30 years,
easy,
whatever.
30.
He built up a beautiful business, all that.
Right.
I don't know what happened, whatever it is, he closed, right?
Right.
About 10 years ago, whatever it is.
He sold the property to them.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's probably retired or something. Around the corner on McDonald Avenue, between Catalia and Ditmas, which is a block away,
Right.
there was a guy who fixed flats. Okay? Used to be a husband and wife team.
Avenue F, no?
maybe it's F, whatever.
Okay,
It's a block
I
away.
still see a tire shop there.
Now there are a few on
Right,
the blocks
right.
already, okay?
Yeah.
But this particular one used to be like a husband and wife team. You'd pay the wife, the husband went out, did his work, and it was wonderful, for
Right.
$8, $10, whatever it is.
Today it's $20.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's $20 with the tip.
I don't know. You give the tip the same as what it costs.
No, but you give it to. It's usually $14, $15, and something to charge you
What are you
18
doing?
to fix a flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's $20 today, boy. It's expensive. You have a brand new car. You're a fancy man, so you don't get flat tires. I just got 2 flat tires.
Okay, thank you. I don't need any flat tires to feel,
I know.
how great. But anyway, my point of the story is, so they were immigrants. I don't know, legal or illegal. I have no clue. But all I know is you go there today, he's got 4 or 5 guys working outside, and they're hustling, and he's got the American dream building up. He's doing it.
Right.
And that's what real immigrants come here for. The small percentage that come here to do crime and stuff like that, what are you going to do? You have that from every country's immigrants.
Exactly.
But most immigrants want to come here, even though Norman doesn't believe you can make an honest dollar. But they want to come here.
And Trump also.
Right. They want to come here to make some money.
So the 11, 12 million or whatever he's saying, this guy, Michael Cutler, 20 million, we should allow them to become legal, right?
You have no choice.
So good.
You have no choice. Because you're not sending them back like Trump says.
And Michael Cutler says send them back.
You're not doing it. It's very nice in the sky. You can talk about it.
So let's legalize them and get it over with.
Do something, but get it over
So
with.
stop the new flow.
That you have to do. See, that's the problem. We never stop the flow.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know, I was watching a report yesterday how there are 40,000 immigrants from Syria, Turkey, flowing into Germany every day.
Yeah.
They're taking them. And little towns on the way are housing them and putting them up.
And now Merkel, who's the president, prime minister, whatever.
She's in a little bit of trouble.
She's getting into big trouble.
Yeah, but she's doing the whole Germany.
But
my thing too is so they were asking one of the mayors, aren't you scared that with all these Arabs coming through, you're talking 40,000 people a day coming through.
Go ahead.
People, and you're helping them. They're carrying them right out of the scene. He says, well, aren't you scared of terrorists blowing up? He says, woman, you believe a terrorist who wants to blow up and have all this stuff is going to come through boat overseas on a little raft, cut through 10 different European countries, sleep on the road, and go through border control all the drill to be a terrorist?
Yes.
Says, I don't believe that's stupid.
No, you see what people are not understanding. It's not that the terrorist is coming there to do a terrorist job. It's one of these Arabs or Syrians, whoever they are, coming there with their family, trying to find a better place to live and all that. But we know amongst them are terrorists. So eventually, some of these guys are going to do bad things. That's all.
Wow.
Because that's what they live.
What do you mean eventually? Not right away?
In other words, let's say not now. Now they're going to try to get placed in a country, build
live
little,
there, get married, do business,
do
and
stuff,
then go crazy.
And then within their group, there'll always be crazy ones, and they're gonna do crazy stuff.
Trump says that if he would have been the president, he would have for sure never let those 19 bombers into the country. The 9/11 attacks would have never happened under him.
How could he prove it?
I don't know. I was reading this article.
I know, but how could he prove it?
I don't know. He says that
he can't prove it.
He can't prove it.
That's it. He's talking,
He's a wacko. Right.
Hot air.
Now that we finished this,
but you have to be careful with him because he'll sue you.
I know. Everything you say.
Anything you say, he sues you.
I know.
That's it.
Neil, so now that we're coming to the show,
that's what I'd like to know, by the way. How many lawsuits he files a year?
Right. How many lawsuits are filed against him a year?
Right, both ways.
Right.
In the last 10 years.
But
hello, college kids.
Right.
Come on, check it up. Check it up.
Now that you and me resolved the Arab-Israeli conflict,
we're almost there,
and we chose the right person for president tonight.
We chose a person.
Well, I chose Hillary.
I can't even understand you.
I know, and we're back to where we started again.
No, but I really don't understand you. You think Obama is good for America?
Do you know that Hillary was the one, and I said this before on the show, that she was the one to control drug companies from going crazy on their prices to make government standard set prices?
You know what you sound like? The biggest
You
communist in
can't
the
have
world.
somebody rob us or we
You
die.
cannot have. Hey,
We're the ones
every
helping
other
get.
country out there has the right to go do their own research. They want to spend the money and do it. Go ahead, and then they can charge what they want for
So
the
people who
medicine.
can't afford cancer medicine.
Yeah, what do you
die.
do? What cancer medicine on $10,000 a week? Let's say for
Right,
somebody.
Right.
Are you out of your box?
So he should die.
I don't say he should die, but why do I have to give him the money?
So what do we do about it?
He's gonna die.
You are a terrible man.
But that's for real. You want to make believe it's not for real. By you, it's not your money. You're thinking it's not your money.
It is all of our money.
Right. But you don't feel it as hard because you're a small little minority in the big bunch.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
No,
by the way,
let's spend.
here's the article.
Let's spend. That's what I love.
Hold on 1 minute. Here's
Someone's
the article.
gonna live for Someone's gonna live for like 3 months, 6 months, and they spend like 300, 400 grand a month on that person for the last, the whole life they didn't spend close to that.
Right.
And all of a sudden at the end, when there's no hope, everybody knows what's coming.
If there's no hope, but if there's hope.
Everyone knows what's coming.
Anyways, I wanted to read you this article.
The boogeyman.
Hold on. Donald Trump said Sunday that the 9/11 hijackers wouldn't have gotten into the U.S. to destroy the World Trade Center if he were president in 2001. They're extremely tough. I'm extremely tough on people getting into this country. I believe that if I were running things, I doubt that any of them would have been in this country, Trump said. On Fox News, he said the hijackers all entered the country legally, all but one of the 19 hijackers had business and tourist visas, and one had a student visa. So how are you going to stop this, Mr. Trump dumbbell?
Right, he can't.
He can't.
He can't. He's talking a lot of hot air.
That's why he's going to blow his campaign.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's not running to the finish line.
He's not going to. But I hope he gets closer because they'll make it. But once the money starts pouring into Jeb and Carson,
remember he hasn't spent his own money yet.
He did spend
$500 grand.
But he says that since he didn't get any money from donators, you have to have 10.
He got $4 million so far.
He did because they're saying you have to raise $10 million to get Secret Service protection, and he hasn't gotten that.
Right, but they're giving it to him anyway.
No, he has his own security staff.
No, I'm telling you, the new news is they approved him.
Wow.
He's approved.
Okay.
Carson's also approved.
Okay, because they see the serious players. Anyways, everybody.
No, because these Muslim terrorists will think he's a serious player. You know what? They're deciding who's serious.
Right. Okay. You're listening to the Just Enough
Anyway, it was
show.
great to be here.
It was great to be on the show again with you, Neil. Thank you for coming, even though you aren't feeling well. Please call into the show, or I'm sorry, you can email at justenoughheshy@gmail.com your comments. You can Twitter me at hashtag at justenoughheshy, and I do responses sometimes. We will, if you want to know about who our advertisers are or get their phone numbers, just email at justenoughheshy, HESHY, @gmail.com. And let me mention who our people were again. Mr. Clean delivers at gmail.com, or call him at 347-369-3051. You get 25% off if you tell them about the Just Enough Heshy show. If you mention the Just Enough Heshy show. Also, don't forget Green Line Building Solutions, your building violation experts, as well as your permits, plans, expediting. We also help you with code compliance, as well as we do asbestos inspections and lead inspections for you. So please call 718-871-0382. We do work with HPD and Stop Building Department, Stop Lift Work Orders, 718-871-0382, 718-871-0382. My parting comments tonight is, listen, I'm not telling you anything. And when I ran on and I rumpled on or I blabbered on the first hour, I wanted you to make sure that you understand. I know Amy says that I'm a right-winger or a left-winger, Pinker, and she's a right-winger. There has to be a way to solve the problem. There has to be a way to make peace. There has to be a way to chill out. And this has got to be done, Neil. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree.
And I want you to hear my next closing comment, because this is the way you can solve the world's problems. When you lead, and give credit to others in front of you, especially when you celebrate victory, when nice things occur, then people will appreciate your leadership and learn to lead in the same manner. So, people of the world, let's lead. Let's show people how to do it right. Don't just say that Abbas or Netanyahu or the Khomeinis, they're in charge. Let's give them our comments. Let's show them the right way. Even when things go wrong, let's say, look, we are the right people. You know, Iran is going to open up to tourism soon. Let's show them who we are.
Tourism, they're
Yeah,
gonna make
they're
money
going to make
now.
millions, and you're going to see how many
Forget
millions of
tourism.
Americans.
All their businesses have been
At
closed for
20, and look at all
years.
the countries that have come. Thank you, everybody. Come back tomorrow night, 7 to 9 p.m. Just enough, Heshy. We love you. Thank you. Good night.